Hello friends, welcome to the continued series of object oriented programming. In the last video we have covered about pointer to variables and arrays, understood how arithmetic operations can be done with pointers and what is pointer versus array differences and how to access the array using the pointers, as well as how the array of pointers work. So, in today's video we are going to observe about the pointer objects, derived class and functions, what are function pointers, how to pass pointer to functions, how to return pointers from functions, and three other concepts in the next video. After this will be null pointer, this pointer and void pointer. So, let us understand that pointers, as we already know that pointer is pointing to a memory location which can be either a variable or an array, but a pointer can point to a memory location of a function also, a memory location of an object also, or a memory location of a derived class object also. So, when a pointer is pointing to a function, we always can be in a scenario that what can be an address of a function. So, what can be the use cases, that is where to use pointer to functions basically. Remember that pointer is pointing to another variable, address of another variable, and hence its general form is integer asterisk ptr. Now, when we are taking a pointer to a function, so consider that a main function is there and a compiler converts it into a machine code. That is, this machine code actually gets copied into the code part of the application memory, and there only it gets executed. So, if an address of a function is to be considered, what can be an address? Consider that there are actually application memory, and inside which if I am writing integer main, and inside the main if I have called a user defined function, so this function 1 has a different memory address. So, how it is? Let us consider that code, that is text part, the text code part can be assigned with memory locations. Consider from 100 to 126 memory location. Now, your main function is there, there is a program which is given is having from 100 to 126, 126. Now, 100, 104 and 108, consider that this three locations are located for main function, where the main function is there, and inside the main function, function 1 is called. Now, you consider that function 1 is from 116 to 126, storing the instructions of function 1 inside it. So, memory address of a function 1 is 116, whereas for main it is 100. So, this is how the main pointer to functions address can be located related to a function. So, when we are considering instruction 2, it will be calling actually 116, and back from 126 the control gets back to 108 after the execution of 102. So, this is how it is existing. Now, function pointers is actually storing the starting address of the function, as we have seen 100, 116, those are the starting address. So, function pointers always shows the starting address of a function, that is the entry point of the member which shows the function. So, how to create a function pointer in C++? You have to have the syntax as follows: return type of a function to which you want to point, then inside the brackets you have asterisk pointer variable, and inside another parenthesis you have parameter of the function. So, for example, if we have a function void set with integer x as a parameter, so to define a function pointer for this particular function or a pointer which is going to point to this function, we will have to declare that pointer in following way: return type is void, so we write void, then asterisk and pointer variable name and the parameter of the function. As this function is having integer parameter, so it will be integer. So, you can see that how you have declared return type of the function, that is void, then asterisk name of the pointer variable, and then inside the parenthesis the parameter which the function is noting. So as we can see, this void asterisk ptr int can point to any of the function, not only sum but any set, but any of the function which is having its return type as void and having integer as its parameter. Okay. After declaring a function pointer, we have to actually initialize the function to the address it wants to point to. So how to initialize the function pointer? Its syntax is pointer variable is equal to ampersand and then function name, as we declare it in the way of a variable. So here if we have a function void set int x, so here function pointer initialization will be ptr is equal to ampersand set. Now the next step will be to call the function using pointer. So first we have seen the declaration of function pointer, then assigning the address of the function to the pointer, and finally we have to call the function using the pointer to a function. So how to do it? You have the syntax as asterisk ptr in the bracket and inside that the arguments. So as we have the function set int x, so here to call this function using function pointer, you will have to write asterisk ptr and then pass the integer value to the parameter x, that is 10, since 10 x is of type integer. So this is how you are calling the function pointer. So accordingly, see the program where we have written add function with two parameters, that is a and b, which are of type integer, and we have added the two values inside the add function. Now this function has its return type as integer. So we have written in the main function, the first line says the function pointer p is having its return type as integer, asterisk p is the pointer variable name, and it is having two parameters int means this is a function pointer which will point to a function having a return type as int and its parameter as two types of integer variables. So this such of this variable is add function. So we can write p is equal to ampersand add. And now to call this add function using function pointer, we are using asterisk p instead of add 2, 3, we are using asterisk p and then 2, 3, so that the result whatever is returned will be stored in C, and accordingly the C answer is being displayed. So this is how you are using the function pointer. Now how do you pass a pointer to a function? Passing pointer to a function is just acting as a call by reference, where you have see this add function, which is instead of integer a simply we have written asterisk a and asterisk b. This is written so that a and b are pointers which will actually store the address of whatever arguments is being passed to a and b. So accordingly, when we are adding the two values, we should add actually the value of a and value of b. That is why we are writing asterisk a and asterisk b over here. And while calling the function add, we are passing the address of x and address of y, which will be assigned. Address of x will be assigned to the pointer a, and address of y will be assigned to pointer b, and accordingly the additions will be performed for the values of address of x and address of y, that is 10 and 20, and the answer will be returned back, that is 30. So this is how this is also known as call by reference, where in a normal function call, that is call by value, the parameters of the function are Xerox copies of the arguments passed to the function. So it is like we are passing the Xerox copy. So altering them doesn't actually affect the real values of a and b. However, in call by reference, we pass the address of the variables to the function, that is we are passing address of x and address of y, not the value 10 and 20. So if we alter the value of a and b as a plus 2, it will actually add the value of 10 plus 2. So that is meaning it is altering the parameter a, and b will also alter the real values x and y. That is what happens in call by reference. This is passing pointer to function using call by reference. So we have seen in this video about function pointers and passing pointer to function. Soon will come with a video related to void pointer, null pointer and this pointer. Thank you.